and welcome to the OverShadow ShadowCast with your hostess, it's Abigail, and with Tommy Anderson.
Hello!
And he's cut out. Totally.
How?
Were you actually making a noise?
Yeah, it'll pick up. Everybody else will hear it but you. Because we use my recording, not yours.
So my recording protects my beautiful little innocent ears from your weird howls of delight.
I don't think it was delight, it was more welcome. Hello?
Well, I don't know, I couldn't hear it, so I just looked at what the imagery told me.
I can't do anything with this mic without it redlining or not existing. It's either pure silence or everybody goes deaf and starts bleeding from the belly button.
I told you should have checked it out when you bought it. Should have contacted the company.
I don't think it's anything to do with me. I think it's just... Well, actually, I don't think it's anything to do with the mic. I think it's me. I think I just have one of the voices that the mic doesn't like. I mean, I know I sound fantastic, but when it comes to redlining, yeah, don't know. I need to start using better software for editing the audio so that it sounds better.
We use Lightworks, isn't it?
Yeah, Lightworks is good for editing, but it's not good for actual, like... If you want to remove background noise, I don't even know if there's a facility for doing that, let alone where to do it. There
is, if you look at tutorials online.
For Lightworks?
Tutorials. Yeah.
Because I've never found it.
There might be one.
Yeah, it might.
But it's worth investigating.
Mm-hmm. It's just that in other ones like Acusonus or what's the other one that you can use?
I cannot remember.
Audio Wave or something like that.
I don't know.
You can... It has a thing in it that easily you can use. I'll need to start using that at least to fix the audio and then maybe add the video
I've had
later.
A hectic couple of weeks. Block 1 ended and we went straight into Block 2. There was no break. We were hoping we'd get a few days off just to recharge. No.
Is this a prison thing?
Sometimes I feel like I'm in prison, but...
It's just that you said block.
That's the way...
Is this a block war?
Ha 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 ha. No, block as in block of the course.
But do you know what a block war is?
I think I do.
Have you heard of Judge Dredd?
No.
Then what do you think a block
I've
war
heard
is?
of Judge Dredd, but I don't know what it is.
A block war?
Where one block of a prison fights another block of a prison.
No. That's just a prison riot, I think. I mean, it could be, but that's not what I meant by it. A block war to do with Judge Dredd is that they live in these sort of like mega cities, and the blocks are these huge, like almost like towns, instead of them just be, you know, like the block of flats.
Yeah.
Instead of them being like that with like a couple of hundred people, they're like that with like 10,000 or something.
Yeah.
So they're basically towns to themselves.
Oh, so they just go to war with each other. So
the blocks go to war with each other.
Right, okay.
I
don't think I'd enjoy this movie.
Well, it's originally a comic.
I don't think I'd enjoy this comic.
Okay. But it's got good movies. Carl Urban's in the best.
I've got no idea who that is.
I think his name's Carl Urban. Was it Keith? No, it's Carl. Eomer. The Lord of the Rings. Tell me, what does a man, an elf, and a dwarf... What business does a man, an elf, and a dwarf have in the Riddermark?
Is that the guy elf?
No.
Who's the guy with Galadriel?
No. The guy on a horse.
Oh, the guy when they're near the place with the lass with the long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eowyn's brother.
Brothery person.
Yeah, no, brother.
Brothery person.
Brothery person.
Brothery person.
Anyway, sorry, we've been sidetracked.
Are they cousins?
No.
No, it's her cousin that dies, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
In Lord of the Rings.
I don't remember anybody dying in Lord of the Rings. Don't give away spoilers!
Oh, for God's sake! The movie's been out for what, 20
Yes,
years?
but there's still people who've yet to enjoy it. It's not their fault if they weren't alive when
They're
it came
literally
out.
never going to remember that fact. It's not
Or,
like he's the most critical person in the whole bloomin' movie.
actually, he's very critical.
It's not critical at all. He's dead.
No. You're confusing, like moviegoer, audience investment with criticality. The entirety of the story is different if what's happening in Rohan isn't happening. Anyway, stop it.
Deed. Deed.
He's dead. There's been a murder. Eomar
Been a
comes.
murder.
Oh, Eowyn kicks the door in and goes up to the king and just goes, "There's been a murder."
So what have you been playing this week, good sir?
No, start with you.
I played, I believe, Halo and a bit of Watch Dogs.
Tell us about them.
I can't remember what happened to Watch Dogs. It was a while ago. In Halo, I presume we played a customs match and you won.
If memory serves, with a custom match, you were really close. You were only like 3 or 4 behind.
No, close to me is beating you.
You're not that good, Hen. You were pretty close.
I was almost that good.
Yes, that's what I just said. Take your compliment. You were nearly good enough to win, nearly.
Yeah. I honestly, it's been so long since we actually played, I honestly can't remember what happened.
We both picked up boom boom sticks. Oh, I know what happened.
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah,
I remember why I was so close. I remember why I was so close to beating you. It's because I picked up a brute shot.
A weapon that you previously despised.
Because I hated it, because you consistently ran out of ammo, but you switched off the reloading thing.
No,
infinite ammo.
I turned on unlimited ammo and bottomless clip. That means bottomless clip means you don't have to reload. You just fire all your ammo without reloading, and infinite ammo obviously means you don't run out, so you're able to just fire constantly. So alien weapons don't overheat, you don't have to reload, human weapons, all that sort of jazz. And the brute shot just turns into a weapon of terror, basically.
You were terrified.
When you actually see these explosive grenades firing at you that fast, that often, with no relent in sight, and they're coming straight at your face, it's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
And
I got hold of it many times.
Yeah.
And I killed you many times.
There's very little defense. I mean, I was able to kill you with it more often than you were able to kill me when I had it. But there is very little defense against a good player just running around with a brute shot on unlimited ammo with bottomless clip, because it's just death incarnate.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do about it. We also had the suspicion that they had nerfed the Needler.
Yeah, it wasn't really working all that well.
I think we got one super combine in the entire game, which doesn't really make sense because we were like dual wielding needlers with unlimited ammo and a bottomless clip.
Should have been able to defeat each other within seconds.
Yeah.
But it wasn't working.
No, I think that might have been because the original Needer dual wielding was just... What did I just say?
The original dual wielding Needler or something like that.
I think I said Needer, and I just want to clarify that I said Needer. With a D.
I'm a needer.
No, but you know what I mean. I just wanted to clarify. I just wanted to clarify that I said need with a D.
You didn't.
And not any other letters that might go in there that would be bad. Dual wielding needlers in the original game was basically just death for everybody, because it only takes 5 or 6 for a super combine. So in the original release of Halo 2, if you were dual wielding, that's 2 or 3 shots from each one and you got a super combine.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5 at most. Whereas, you know, like in this, you were putting what would have been an entire clip's worth, like 30 or 40 shots into somebody, and you weren't getting a super combine. Just wasn't making any sense.
No.
So I think they might have nerfed it to try and make it more realistic.
I nerf you.
Not realistic, more in keeping with the other weapons, but I don't necessarily think they needed to do that. Anyway, I think that's why they removed dual wielding, because you'd have to weaken the one-handed weapons so much to make dual wielding them not massively overpowered.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I liked the fact that I had like this unlimited amount of power that I could finally almost defeat you.
Yeah, it was. Do you remember when I was just running around jumping on things, and you just couldn't keep? So what are you doing, you monkey? Get down here!
Yeah.
Just,
You did manage to defeat me a fair few times, even with the brute shot.
what do you mean? Sorry.
You killed me. You managed to kill me, even though I had the brute shot, like this ultimate weapon, and you still managed to kill me.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the easy ways of doing it is take some shield off and then stand next to you, because you would get caught in all the explosions, and then you would just blow yourself up.
And I refused to use like the back of the blade. I would just routinely just blow you up with like the shots.
Which means
and you were like, "Why aren't you using the other thing?" It's like, "Because it's more fun this way."
The blade is amazing. I loved that. That massive bayonet blade on the back of the... Oh, it's a great... The weapon design in Halo is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no,
what have you been playing?
You got really close, because it was just random weapons that we were picking up. You know, snipers, carbines, plasma. It was all alien weapons, though.
Yes.
Swords, all
No
that sort of
human
jazz.
weapons.
Yeah. There was one exception, though. There was no fuel rod gun. I never found a fuel rod gun.
I can't remember what a fuel rod gun is.
Big yellow thing that goes over your shoulder firing green balls.
Oh, right. Yes.
I can't remember. We never had that. We never found it. I don't think it's on that map.
No, I don't believe it was.
I think the brute shot, where if it was a different set of weapons, if it had been human, for example, that would have been where the rocket launcher would have been. So I just don't think the fuel rod gun appears on that map.
No.
Actually, I'd like to do that. I'd like to look at the human weapons and the alien ones, because in the first one there was 5 and 3.
Yeah.
And they all performed like different functions, but I think they might have attempted to make them more comparable in 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like the battle rifle and the carbine, the alien sniper and the human sniper.
Yeah.
Fuel rod with the... Because other than the PC version, you can't pick up the fuel rod gun. I mean, we can pick up the fuel rod and the cannon, the flamethrower, but that's only because they get added to the MCC just for a laugh. But you couldn't pick up the fuel rod gun in that game. They always exploded. I think they wanted to put it in, but they couldn't get it to work, so they put it into the PC one instead. But in the second one, I think it's more comparable. You know?
Okay.
With an alien sniper and an alien, the fuel rod gun, and then the brute shot functioning like a sort of grenade launcher. I mean, they tried to make them a little bit more balanced. Because in the first one, all the weapons are almost perfectly balanced. You're really making a decision based on your circumstances to which weapon you're going to take. But they were balanced from the point of view of you as the player.
I think that if you were to choose something like the brute shot, like if it was like not endless ammo, unlimited clips, is that correct?
Bottomless clip, unlimited ammo.
Okay, if it wasn't that, you would have to be very sure of your own ability, because that thing's only got 4 shots.
And you need to hit with about 2 or 3 to kill something.
Yeah.
The advantage is if they're in a closed-in space, you can just hit the wall.
Yeah.
It's an indoor weapon.
Mm-hmm. But if you've got no... If you've got no confidence your own ability to be able to hit target, I would not go with that.
Well, the brute shot indoors is you need to couple. Right, here's a question: the brute shot indoors. What do you couple that with?
Maybe a needler. I don't know.
Needler might.
But
work.
You can only hold the brute shot. You can't hold 2 weapons.
No, not a dual wielder. No. You just dual wield another brute shot and fix all your ammo problems. I'm talking about what weapon would you have as your second weapon?
Okay. An alien weapon.
Be more specific. You're just picking. I don't think
No, I'm not. I mean, am I allowed to choose
any
between
weapon.
human?
Any weapon.
Might be a shotgun,
Okay. Why a shotgun?
because it's a close range weapon.
And you can't use the brute shot at close range because you blow yourself up.
Yep.
Now, you do have the bayonet, but if there's 5 or 6 people around you, the bayonet takes a bit too long to kill them all. What else could you use then instead of a shotgun?
The rifle thing, the plasma rifle.
No.
Not plasma rifle.
No, you said it. Why is it that you picked the shotgun?
Because you got more ammo and it's close range and it does more damage.
Bingo in the close range. So what else would function in that capacity?
Be a pistol, but
Nope.
that wouldn't be my first choice.
I'm being really ruthless here because you could use almost any of these.
I'm thinking. That one, what takes your shields off?
No. That's a plasma pistol, but no.
Oh, well, what's the thing that shoots the blue thing but gets overheated?
Plasma rifle.
The small one.
And no.
Yeah. I
think that's a plasma pistol again.
No, I'm talking about human weapon. It's the close range one. Back up what it's called.
SMG?
It's like the box it's the box standard one you get.
Or the battle rifle.
Might be the battle rifle, the big one.
Fires in 3-round bursts.
Yeah.
Nope.
Is it a human one that you're thinking of, or is it an alien one? It's an alien one.
Mm-hmm. Specifically a close range weapon.
I'm trying to think of close range weapons. Needler?
No. You don't want a super combine going off in your face.
Well, I've said just about every single close range alien weapon there is.
Okay, it's not a gun.
A sticky.
Yeah, you want a grenade going off in your face, don't you? No. It's not an explosive because you're at close range and that's why you can't use the brute shot.
And it's an alien weapon.
Yep, and it's not a gun.
Gun? It's an alien.
You could conceivably dual wield them, but the game doesn't let you.
Oh, sword.
Bingo.
Right, I was thinking guns, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Now, why couldn't you use a sniper rifle in the setting that I gave you?
Because it's another long-range weapon.
Well, a brute shot's not a long-range weapon.
Oh, I thought it was a long-range weapon.
No, not really. It's a mid to long. It's not really. It's not extreme. A sniper is long to extreme. I would say that this is a brute shot would be medium to long-ish.
You need a short-range weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just have long-range weapons.
Well, I'd say a brute shot would be more of a medium because if at long range, it's grenades, so you've got too much drop off.
Yeah, but you still need a short-range weapon.
Right.
Like in front of you kind of weapon.
You could just use the bayonet if you had to.
Yeah, but like you said, there's
it's specific to the setting.
One person.
It's specific to the setting that I gave you.
Yeah.
What was the setting I gave you?
Inside.
So why wouldn't you have an extreme range weapon?
Because it wouldn't work.
Why?
Because they're too close to you.
That's it. If they're too close, a sniper rifle is not the best option to go with. You can use it, especially on larger enemies like brutes, because if they close right up to you, you can no-scope them pretty easily. But you're better off with a shotgun or an energy sword.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're getting better with other weapons. I think we do need to get you to the point where we're playing the actual single-player Halo 2 together in co-op.
Yeah.
But I need to play through that first because it's got some wishy-washy sentimental meaning. And you can't remember Watch Dogs, that's fine. I was playing some Rome to finish it off, but I'll discuss that next week because I just need another hour or so to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
The second campaign, which is called I can't remember what it's called. It's not called Empire Divided. I can't remember what it's called. And the other one that I was playing was I'd been watching a YouTuber that I like who had been playing Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember, but we played Mountain Blade Warband.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. It was on one of the podcasts. And we made a character called Brucyleth. It's a medieval game where you basically, the idea is you get together a company of men and then go out and do missions, attack looters. When wars kick off, you sign up as a mercenary, you become a vassal, then you try. The whole aim of the game is to take over the whole map as your empire, because you're in the game you're the descendant of the last king of that entire area, but it's descended into like 6 kingdoms all declaring war on each other. And I didn't really understand how the game worked, as much fun as it was. I didn't really understand how it worked.
So how does it work?
I don't know if you remember, it's medieval based, and
I vaguely remember it.
yeah, we went and saved a merchant's brother, and we went into a tavern and we got attacked by a drunk guy. It was the last thing I think we did, actually. But basically,
I kind of just remember the map. I don't really remember much else.
But you ride around the map, and basically what I did was I realised that what I was supposed to do was ride around the map and make money and do some missions. So I did some more missions for the merchant guy I spoke about, and then he gets kicked out of town.
Yeah.
And then you end up doing missions for the king, and I've become the king's vassal, and I have my own village. Now, I'm at war with the people that I think we took it out off of, or the people that are bordered next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at war with somebody else, but we stopped that one because it wasn't going well. But we're winning this war, so the king isn't stopping the war, which is fine, because I'd want to just eradicate them all. And hopefully get myself an actual castle rather than just or even a city, rather than just a town. But because my town's getting wiped out every 5 minutes, I can't get any rent from it. So what I had to do was invest my money that I've earned from, raiding and stuff like that, to build shops and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got individual economies for each city, so you have to pick the right thing in each area, but you can have one shop in each city. And so with that, you make money every week. And so I'm trying to raise enough money to build enough shops that I can have whatever army size I want within reason, and my shops pay off the debt, the weekly wage for my men.
Yeah.
And then we can keep building, just keep getting stronger, and eventually I want to win this war against these guys. I don't want the war to end because they're on the back foot, and the difficulty is that there's one guy in charge of the war effort, and I had a good relationship with him, but they changed it to someone else.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't advise him to attack this place, that place, or the next place anymore. So what I had to do was I just followed him around the map. So whenever he got into a fight, I joined in the fight and helped him to make my relationship with him better.
Ooh.
But I was wooing a woman, and her brother found out, and I hadn't asked permission, so he got upset.
Did he kill you?
No. He just... I can't talk to him about his sister, otherwise I'll lose reputation with him. So I don't... Yeah, it's proper feudal politics mixed with battles. But I have worked out how the battles work. It sounds like he's jealous. No. I think he wants to marry her off to someone else for his own benefit. So he wants me to stay out of it, as it were. The battle system I've worked out, basically when the battles start, all your men just scream, "Ah!" and then run across the battlefield. Just like that.
Pointy, pointy. Stabby, stabby.
Although it cut out a bit on mine. Yes. That was a bit more like a seal. But what I managed was that when I was watching this guy play the second one, he was using the function buttons, F1, F2, F3 and all that, to give orders to individual units.
Yeah.
So I was able to at least give orders to my army to just form a line and just wait for them to run at me, and my archers usually pick off half a dozen of them. And if I really want the archers to have a good long time to attack, I just ride at the enemy like an absolute Roy Jenkins. and just run around them.
Yeah.
And that causes them to try and chase me, and my archers get like 5 minutes of free shots. Doesn't work against massive armies because I can't distract them long enough, but it works. And I did have a problem with cavalry for a long time. Enemy cavalry could just ride me down, but I managed to fix that as well. What I like is joining in big battles with allies and just watching them send all their men. I always cover the reinforcement point and just let my allies run across the battlefield and do all the fighting. I just let them do it. So I get my share of the loot and experience, but I don't lose any men. I did take part in a proper big siege battle, which was really, it was three, attack the walls, then have a fight in the street, and then have a fight inside the keep. 3 separate
Sounds
battles.
like a good evening.
But it was literally just one ladder up the wall, and all the men had to go up the ladder, and I couldn't get up. I kept getting pushed off and killed.
Yeah.
So I just hid underneath the walls for like 5 minutes while streams of men went in. I honestly, it was like 350 against 190, and I lost like one guy because all my allies were the ones losing men. I just sat there under the wall just as all the men go in. And you can get companions who can fight, but they don't get killed. They only get knocked out.
Yeah.
Just send them all in to get... And I've got like doctors and stuff that reduce the likelihood of my men actually dying. They just become unconscious. Just send all these men in, and then eventually they cleaned off the wall a bit, and I just walked up and went, "Oh yeah, you've done a good job here, lads."
Well done.
Yeah. I have taken the walls, lads. And they're all looking
They're
at me.
my walls now.
But yeah, it's odd though, because they were holding the walls with like 9 crossbowmen and a skirmisher, and then like 150 melee guys, and you're just like, how was I taking like 100 arrows when there's only 8 guys up there?
Yeah.
But I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I think I'm really getting somewhere with it, especially with own businesses that pay for themselves after a time.
That's good. So is there anything else you wish to discuss today?
No, that's everything.
Okay. Now we may sleep.
Guten Tag.
So thank you guys so much for listening. If you'd like to hear more, you can always subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button for when we upload. Like button, share button, subscribe button. If you want to leave a comment, that'd be fantastic. Or you can email us at overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com. You looked like you were about to say something.
Yeah, you have to click on the subscribe before you can click on the notification bell, I think.
You just had to be pedantic, didn't you?
I just had to
because
be
I put them in
pedantic.
because I put them in a different sequence.
I had to be pedantic.
You had to be something, which I cannot say on this channel.
Pendantic.
No, another word. Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you guys come back. Farewell.
Bye-bye.